Hi there. So, if you've purchased one of my Showit templates, I've already shared the key code that you're going to want to enter in Showit, but I would make sure that I've got my Showit account set up, you're subscribed. These templates do require that you already have a pre-existing Showit account. So once you're logged in, you will create a new design here. You're going to add design to library and you're going to paste that code here, and then you're going to add the design, and that is going to add it to your template library. Okay, so just a quick overview of this template, the Soul template. This is really made for interior designers or even photographers, anyone who wants to showcase their work that offers some type of service or any sort of creative endeavor. So this section, or sorry, this website basically includes the following pages. So you've got your home page, about page, services page, portfolio, and then there's 3 portfolio pages with a gallery and a small description. And then there's also a contact page here. In the contact section, you can embed a form or an application if you have one. So how you would do that is you add an element, you would hit embed code here, and then on the right hand side you would just paste your embed code. So I have on my personal site a Dipsado form that I was able to embed. Also a coming soon page, terms and conditions, so you would paste your terms and conditions here, privacy policy, and a 404 error page. So those are all the pages included in this template. If you would like to preview that, there is a link on my website to preview the entire template. If you want to kind of change the order of either your pages or canvas orders here, you can basically just drag this. So if I wanted this about page to be down here, I would change it that way. And then in your page here, if I wanted this footer here to be above this section here, I would just do that. And that is really nice because you can kind of play with the order of things. And then if you wanted to add a canvas, you would just click these 3 dots on the left panel here. And then you can add a blank canvas. You can add from your library. So basically, Showit works within what we call canvases, which are these sections here on every page. So a canvas basically is a section of content within a page. So you can add as many canvases as you want. And so these are going to be the building blocks of your page. So let's say you go into this page, toggle onto here, you'll see all your canvases and site canvases. So basically, a page canvas is really only this section, and it's only specific to this page, versus a site canvas, which in this case would be this navigation bar. A site canvas is really kind of a universal canvas, which if you make a change in the site canvas, it'll make that change across the entire website wherever this section is. So since this navigation bar is on every page of my website, what's nice about site canvases is if I need to make one change here, it'll make it across the board. Another thing with site canvases is you can basically design a page canvas, and then if you decide you want to make this into a site canvas, because you're going to be using this canvas throughout your website, in this case, like us, this section here for services, you would basically click into the canvas that you want to convert to a site canvas. On the left panel here, you'll click these three buttons and scroll down to convert it to site canvas. You'll see these diagonal lines, same thing on the left, and that's how you know that this is a site canvas. If you want to convert it back to a page canvas, you can click there, convert to page canvas. What's nice about that is if you need to, go back and forth between sections, you know that if you make one edit here, anywhere this section is on your website, you'll see that edit across. Okay, now you'll see throughout the website there's different call to actions or buttons here. So for example, if I were to click on this on the website, it's going to link to the contact page here. Or if they were to click here, that would link to the portfolio page. So how basically I created this was I created a shape, a text, and then I click on the text and then add a click action here. Another way to add a button would be to go into and add an element, and then here's your button. So then you can customize it with all these different things, so like background color, text, gradient, hover. So there's different ways to customize that there. And then you can also have a secondary button there as well. And then to upload any of your pictures and assets, you have the media library here. So I organized them in folders depending on my projects. You can upload any pictures, videos, assets that you have here, as well as your logos to be able to have them ready to go. And then here you can see your pages. So you'll have your whole website here. So this is how you can go in and edit each page. If you click into a page, you can click on the right hand side here and you'll be able to look at all of the canvases and site canvases for that specific page on your website. This is the the desktop view here. You can switch and toggle between desktop and mobile. So here I have my mobile site, and then if you want to edit both, you can just click this far left button and then you can edit both of them at the same time. Okay, so because you're designing both mobile and desktop, there are some sections that perhaps you only want shown on the desktop version and some things that you only want shown on the mobile. So if you want to edit that, basically you would go into the page and you would go into whatever canvas. So let's say I only wanted to show this section on the desktop versus, and not on the mobile. I would go to the main header, hover over, and then I can toggle between these mobile and desktop. All right, and now for editing each page. So I've got both views here, both desktop and mobile, just so I can kind of see as I'm editing what it's looking like on both mobile and desktop. So if I were to edit the home page, I want to make sure I'm clicked here. And then if I wanted to edit any of the text, it would be highlighted here. If you want to look at every section in your canvas, here you'll see the main text is highlighted. I can click into it that way. If I wanted to add anything to this canvas, for example, an element, you would go down here. So you can add text. These are all the different elements you can add, or you can just open your media library. And now if I want to edit any of this text in each canvas, I would, let's say, click into this heading here. On the right hand side, I have all of the text properties, and I can go here and edit for both desktop and mobile, so toggle between both. I can change the color. If you have a hex code, you can add that there, but your brand color should be saved up here, which is really nice. You can change the opacity here. You can also switch between all of your active fonts, or you can add a new font there. You can change the size, the line height, the spacing. You can do uppercase, lowercase, basically all of your properties here. If you click here, this is more for SEO optimization, which I won't get too much into. So size and position, you can align it, you can horizontal lock it, left or right. There's click action, so if you wanted this to be able to be linked to something else in your website, for example, if you clicked into this top bar here, the home, I have that linking to, each part of this navigation bar links to a different page. So the about one, if you see the click actions, that's going to link to the about page. And then here I actually have to type in the canvas slug just so that it links properly to the about page. And then you can pick between canvas views if you want it to open a new window, submit a form. Okay, so for images on each page, there's two options. So you can either make it a canvas background. So for example, right here, if I click into that page, this image here is actually the background. So you would go over here to the right hand side for your canvas settings. You'll click canvas background, and then you can edit the image this way, swap that out. So if I wanted to add this a different image or swap it, I would just go click into that, go through my library and edit that way. And then for these images here, so images that are not the canvas background, that are just placed on top, as you can see, this canvas background, you can pick from, none, image, or video. So in this case, it's just a color, and then I've placed images on top. So if I wanted to edit this image here, I would click into it on the right hand side. I can swap my image out, easy peasy. And then if I wanted to add another image, let's say to this canvas, I can go into my elements, same thing, add an image, and then I can just pick whatever I want to add. Another thing I want to show you specifically on this template is canvas views. So basically, if I click here, let's click here. So tab 2, if I click there, it's going to show me this section. If I click here, it'll show me this section. So these are just different click action views. So basically how that's going to look when you're editing that section. This is actually a set canvas. So on the left hand side here, you can see there's view 1, 2, 3. So basically, if I go in and edit my site canvas here, and I go into each of these views, I can go in and edit stuff here. Same thing here. I can change the pictures out, colors, and if I wanted to specifically make a click action for here for tab 1 on the right hand side, you'll see that it links to this canvas and then view 1, which is this over here to the left. Same goes for this one here, tab 2. That's also if you click on this part, it'll basically show you view 1, which is down here. And then that's how you kind of get that little effect with different canvas views. So for galleries, for example, in this section here on this page, I have a gallery. So this is great for photographers or anyone looking to kind of showcase their service. So in this case, she's an interior designer. So if you want to edit your gallery or add a gallery, basically here, for example, I added an element and then I hit gallery, and basically I was able to, on the right hand side, manage the images and the order. So basically, if I wanted to add into this gallery, I would just go in and edit this way, and then there you go. Save that. And that will, that this is a way for you to constantly update your gallery so you can showcase your work. There's different gallery settings here, so like the space in between, the style, you can have it be tiled. So different options for you there in terms of gallery. All right, so that's pretty much everything in terms of how you can customize this template. Showit is pretty intuitive once you kind of get the hang of it. And if you are familiar with Canva, this should be very easy to pick up. It's drag and drop. You can add your blog to this. There's just all these awesome things about Showit. So I hope you enjoyed this template. If you have any questions at all about personalizing, customizing this template, or anything in general, feel free to reach out. You can find all my contact information on my website, and make sure to give me a follow on Instagram and Pinterest for more design inspo.